Hello Ranger Point Precision friends and family, and a special howdy to all you space cowboys. Today I've got a killer new product from Ranger Point Precision. This is an Mlok handguard that's going to fit your Henry Long Ranger and Long Ranger Express series of rifles. So this handguard is actually the easiest to install of any of them, and this is actually going to give you a great deal of utility in return. So what we have is Mlok at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. We've got QD sockets for a sling. We've got a threaded hole if you want to add a 10-32's traditional sling stud in the case that I have. What you're going to wind up doing with this Mlok, you're going to be able to mount bipods, you're going to be able to mount infrared lights, any other type of accessory that you need. And then also to market for you guys that have a 308 based cartridge, 308, 6.5 Creed 4, 243 and more, we're going to show you a killer new quiver at the end of this video. So now it is time to get started installing this. What you're going to notice is you already have a pre-installed block right there. So previously, before, we would have you install these two screws on other handguards, but this one will be already installed when you get it. So let's go ahead and set this aside. Now, list of tools that you'll need. You will need a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. In the package, we have got a 5/32 tip here. And you are going to have some type of ratchet or extension that will get you around 8 inches in. So what I've got here, I thought that I would just go ahead and get something very similar that many of you will have at home, which is just a 3/8 ratchet and an extension. So this is a 12-inch extension. I'm going to have no problem reaching in there. You guys might use a 6-inch and a 3-inch or 3 3-inches or, however you do it. And then just a matching 1/4-inch socket. Oh, we'll show you here in just a little bit how this plays in. So now let's go ahead and get started with our installation. So the first thing we're going to do, we owe it to ourselves and those around us, is to make sure that the firearm is unloaded. So now that we are sure that we have no ammunition in it and there is no ammunition within our wingspan, let's get started. So the first piece of hardware we're going to remove is this Phillips head screw that is right here in the end cap. So that is where our number 2 Phillips screwdriver comes into play. So now let's take this out and lay it aside for prosperity's sake. Now we're going to remove our end cap. So there is our end cap. Now the cool thing about this screwdriver is it interfaces with the included 5/32 tip that we have here. So now we're going to insert that 5/32 tip, and what we're going to remove is right under here, there is another 5/32 Allen screw. That is what retains our forearm. So let's go ahead and remove that. So now let's go ahead and pull this from the stock. Now this is your factory Allen screw. Now this is going to be much longer than the one that we included. But what we're going to do, you notice we have got hardware on here. We've got a flat washer and a split washer. Let's make sure not to lose these. Let's set this aside for now. Now let's go ahead and grab our forearm, which fits just a little bit tight on this one. There we go. And there we are. So this is a generally light piece of laminate. It's not very bad. Our handguard is not actually much heavier at all, so you're not actually putting on a lot of weight. So what we're going to do, you've got your factory installed hardware here. This is the short end. This short end is going to go toward the receiver. So let's slide that over, and boom, there we are. I'm sure you remember me saying not to lose your factory long bolt there. There are 2 important pieces that we need here. So we're going to take off this split ring washer and the flat washer. Now right here we have got our included 5/32. Now this is going to be a much shorter bolt, but what you're going to wind up doing is you're going to take the split washer and the flat washer and you're going to place them like that. So split washer under the head, flat washer behind it. Now also, as we've mentioned before, we've got our included tip. Now right here I've got my ratchet. This is a 12-inch extension and a 1/4-inch socket. Now, if you don't have a 12-inch extension, you can use 3 3s or a 3 and a 6, or however you got to get there. This right here would be adequate. So now, let's go ahead and get started. We'll put our tip on. We'll put our bit on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to guide this straight up the forearm here. And we're going to land right there. So right there is the factory post. And there is our pre-installed bracket. Now all you're doing is just righty-tighty and hand tight. You don't really have to go crazy on the torque, just enough to boom, bump it. And now we are done. So now that install was super easy. It literally took more time to gather the tools than it did to do the job. So with the added utility of this, how have I got this set up? Well, I'm about to be doing some pest control. So I need a bipod. So I simply put a piece of Mlok right here on the front, Magpul Mlok section. And then I've grabbed a Swagger bipod. This Swagger bipod offers 45 degree, 90 degree, I can extend the legs and all sorts of stuff. So I'll be doing lots of prone work. So we do have our swivel stud up front here, but what I've chosen to do, since I've got this bipod on here, is I have put a Magpul swivel stud adapter. It's Mlok to swivel stud. The reason that I did that, with this bipod being here, I can get this bipod up and over my shoulder. You see how that's not eating into my shoulder or anything? So now let's check out this quiver for you 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 243, and more guys. So this is our 308 based quiver. This right here is going to work for anything that uses 308 as a parent cartridge. So 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 243, etc. Now this cartridge right here is holding right now 6 different cartridges. So what do we have here? The first thing we have here, this is the 36 RPP by Adam Devine. It's a Wildcat cartridge that our CEO himself actually made. Then next we have got a 6.5 Creedmoor. So the 6.5 Creedmoor being based off of the 308 parent cartridge, 6.5 Creedmoor fits that. That's going to be relevant to you long ranger guys and, you know, bolt gun guys. So this is actually a 260 Remington. Then we step over here to the actual 308. Then right here we have got a 356 Win Mag. So that 356 Win Mag. If we can get this to focus, you'll see that this is even a 308 Marlin Express. So this 308 Marlin Express slides right in there. It's holding all of them pretty well. Now this is Mlok. So anything that has Mlok, a bolt gun, an AR, a lever gun with our Handguard on it, it doesn't matter. If it has Mlok, it is going to go right on. Just very simply, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey once you locate it over the locking lugs, and boom, you have got 308 capability.